Today I'm so stoked we are finally checking out the Merrow Custom Series Fishman pickups. So I've been dying to try these pickups since NAMM, and everybody over at Fishman was really cool and helped me out. Ken Susi, their artist rep, was fantastic, helping me get a pair of these. Every month they kept getting pushed back further and further. I think the demand for these was a bit higher than they anticipated, which is great. I hope that they keep doing better and better with these pickups. They're fantastic. Keith, as I mentioned in a previous video, has caused a bit of an uproar because he was known as a Seymour Duncan guy for years and years and years, and then he switched over to Fishman pickups. Some fans are trying to say, oh, he just got paid. Some have gone as far to go full Alex Jones and say that he's a part of an Illuminati conspiracy to make everyone switch to active pickups, and the reptilians are behind it, which they're partially right. The Illuminati is actually fishmen. They're not reptilians. Easy mistake to make. They're fish people, you see. And they recruited Keith to spread their good tone all over the world so they can take over the world with their good fishy tone. And in exchange, Keith got his hair back. Now, if you look at these before and afters, I think it's pretty clear what's going on. Now, I'm going to kind of compare these pickups to the Nazgul and the Black Winter from Seymour Duncan, mainly because Keith helped voice those. They were in his, the Nazgul was in his custom guitar forever. And now he's switching over to the Fishmans, and I can't wait to try that guitar either. It was great at NAMM. It was gorgeous. The Nazgul was great for chugging, but it wasn't so good for chord definition. It wasn't so good for more progressive stuff. It wasn't so good for really anything that wasn't, chuggy metal. And the Black Winters are kind of in the same camp there. They both kind of mud out when you get more like black metal, dissonant chords, black and death metal, And that was always a little bit disappointing. You always had to fight with them, and they kind of oversaturated a bit, and so you'd have to fight with the amp and your effects and the guitar to kind of get the tone you wanted, especially when recording. You would hear a lot of mud on the low end, and you would get kind of a lot of hiss on the upper side of it, and sometimes you get some honky or mids depending on what version of the pickup you were using. These Keith Merrow pickups solve all of that. So the first voicing is his more modern mid to high mid output, really, and I like that because it saturates just right. You get that nice chunky, like grunty low mid range, which is what he wanted for the aggression, but it doesn't oversaturate to the point where anything muds out. And everything, all the chords, you can hear everything ring out. There's really good note definition. Everything is really balanced across the pickup. The Voice 2 is a more brown sound kind of a thing, like an old school like 70s, 80s, mid to low output kind of pickup, something you'd heard with Van Halen, and that's great. It makes the guitar way more versatile. It's a lot more sound you can kind of get out of it. You can play some old school stuff and modern. And the neck pickup on that is great for cleans. And the single coil split is something I love from Fishman pickups. It was one of my favorite things about the Devin Townsend set. It's absolutely gorgeous, super glassy, really low noise for a single coil because of the Fishman coil design, and they're just the most gorgeous cleans I've ever gotten in my life. The only real complaint I have about Fishman pickups, especially this Keith set, is how hard they are to wire and how little help you get with a lot of their schematics. Like, there wasn't anything for my 5-way switch setup with this guitar. I had to kind of merge the Keith Merrow schematics with the Tosin Abasi schematics and then change some stuff around on there and do some trial and error to get it to work just the way I wanted.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Because there was no just 5-way blade with a coil split switch. And that was a little frustrating, but if my only complaint is that they're hard to wire, it's not really a big deal. I would like to see it simplified or maybe some more schematics up online, but these pickups are absolutely fantastic, and the Keith pickups are going to be a big part of my sound for a long time. Thanks for watching. Stay metal.